What is SEMrush and is it useful for my company? This is a very, very quick intro into SEMrush. So let's dig in and we'll log in. This is what we get from the beginning. So to explain SEMrush, it will track your competitors, how many keywords they've got, what traffic, how many domains it's pointing in, etc, etc. This is useful to know because the more organic traffic a site's got, the more sales it's got. But that's not always the case, but it's very good measurement. And then you've got at the bottom, you've got your main websites where you put these in, and you've got the audit, you've got the organic traffic, you've got the on-page ideas, etc, etc. So is it useful? Is it good? So in this example, I'm going to pick on a cafe here. I've already brought it up, and we're going to put these in, and we're going to pretend that this is the competitor. This is the competitor here. Here's us. We'll type this in. Also duplicate that, because this is the site. So this site, we want to do better than these. So can we use SEMrush for this? Everything will be revealed very shortly. So, in the answer to the question on this case, and probably on the case of a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of businesses. So the core, which we're pretending is our business for the moment, has a traffic of 34.6k. Brilliant, excellent, looks very good. They've done well over time as well, as we can see. Started with nothing and now they're quite far up there at 34.6k, amazing. Meanwhile, this is us as well, and we want to be where they are, because we've only got 4.6k. We haven't got enough tables filled in our restaurant. So SEMrush in this case would be very useful, because basically we'll say, well, these guys are selling they've got core restaurant in London, they've got 260 searches, let's catch them up. Do we have that over here? Probably not. The branded names there, but we want some keywords. So we would look at the keywords that the competitors got, and we'd try and get to the same kind of level. Now this video is just a very quick intro, but I'll show you the organic research as well, because this has a bit of a better screening. So the traffic's worth, I'm in the UK, so I'll do UK, and the traffic's worth 22k if they were paying for it. That's a lot of advertising, or a lot of leaflets. I think that would be a good way to put it. It would, if you were doing leaflets, it would cost you more than £1,000. So here you've got 22k, so that's a lot of leaflets done for you, coming to the site for nothing, basically for free. If you were paying for these keywords, this is what you would pay in Google AdWords. Meanwhile, on this site, these have probably got a bit as well, but let's have a look. I'll swap that to UK. So these guys got 88 keywords, not so good. Traffic 4.2k, not so good. And they've got $5.9k worth of traffic. But really, yeah, you want to get that up to the 10k mark. So it was up like here. So you'd use a tool like SEMrush, which is brilliant for helping you to get to that kind of traffic. And also, general SEO. We've got keyword overview, which is great if you want to rank for a certain keyword, you want the stats on that keyword, you want to know how difficult it is to rank, etc. We've got keyword magic tool that will bring in topics, and that's brilliant as well. We've got keyword manager, we've got position tracking, so if we wanted to see how many keywords we were gaining, this is really good for that. And you've got organic traffic insights. Before you start, and if you're a new company, you'd probably want to do a backlink audit just to make sure that you haven't got loads of nasty links pointing into your site that can hurt your site. SEMrush, the audit tool is brilliant for that. They've also got the link building tool, which is where we compare the links from, say, this site to this site, and yeah, could we get them links, and it really helps to, build them up. You've got the site audit. This is also worth starting at the beginning, but remember, site audit's not a report as such. It's not an SEO report. It's more the technicalities of the website. Should I say technical SEO of the website rather than the actual strategy? But this it's going to find the odd problem that you've got, and yeah, it takes quite a while to go through. It goes through all the pages on your website, and it goes through lots and lots of different checks and gives you a great report at the end, which is a site audit report. We've got SEO content template, we've got on-page analyzer, we've got log file analyzer, got local SEO, which is probably more important actually for this company, because people probably going to type in local restaurant London, and you want to track local keywords, and guess what, it does that here, You've got the advertising, where you can look at your advertisers, your competitors advertising, what they're spending, what their adverts look like, etc., etc. Social media is basically going to track your social media accounts. Content marketing, content, we'll go in anyway, I think it'll be easier. You got your topic research, which is brilliant if you want to take a keyword and put it into lots of different topics. So, I don't know, something like restaurants, you could think restaurant with beef, restaurant with chicken, etc. That sells chicken, restaurant that sells free of fat, restaurant, etc. It's going to bring them all them different type of keywords up while you look at the main one, probably restaurant London. It's going to suggest a lot of other ones. SEO content templates, brilliant if you are basically looking to make your content better. It tracks it back off the 20 best websites that are already ranking for that keyword. Definitely works. I've used this quite a bit. You've got the SEO writing assistant, brand monitoring. You got your competitive research agency solutions. This is where you put your projects, which you didn't see, but I can show you that on another video. The lead generation tools. This is something quite useful as well for people who have a digital marketing agency or an SEO agency. And that is everything with SEMrush. Do I think it's useful? Yes, I think it's very useful. Does it work? Yes, it does. They've got a lot of big clients that use this, but the other thing that they've got is they've got a lot of data. That's probably their biggest selling point. They've got a lot of data about the keywords that basically Google doesn't give you knowledge into. These guys have that knowledge. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around soon. So this is our second video working with SEMrush. So we're going to next set up a project. How do I set up a project ready for working on SEMrush? So we will go down to projects. You've got to sign in, by the way, first. Otherwise it won't work. Just worth adding that. So we go to create project. It's got to ask us for the domain and the project name. So let's be special. We will call it example.com. You can use this in all your videos if you want to show an example without actually showing the website. I use this quite a lot. It's basically a protected domain. No one can buy it. It's just there as an example, which is brilliant. And we'll put the domain in there as example.com. And then we will create the project. So, once you put your project into SEMrush, this is when it gets a little bit more interesting. So, first of all, let's set up some position tracking. And we will say location United States. And we'll do example.com. And keywords, it sometimes suggests them, but sometimes it doesn't. So I think we could do what is an example domain maybe for this one. So you can see people are answering this already, and there's example.com, you know. So let's just put that. What's an example domain? Could put that as a keyword. Whatever you think that you want people to search for your website. So example.com definitely. Example website, no content. When to use example.com. You get the picture, basically. You put in what you think. You can also go back and you can, before you do this, you can do a little bit of keyword research, see what competitors have got and put them keywords in as well. So then, once we've got them, we add that to the project. You can see they come in here. So let's take them from there, put them into here, and you start tracking. And magically now, it's going to go and find what I've just typed in there. Next part, site audit. So we will set this up. And we will do 100 pages, even though we know there's only one. In interest, if you've got a lot of projects on SEMrush, you know, don't keep pounding it every week with 20,000 pages, because if you've already checked them all and it's already a good score, you're wasting your basically all your crawls. You want to keep it for the websites that need it. So don't just leave this on if you want to make the most use of, because you only get a certain amount of pages you can check per month. Especially when you're working on bigger sites, this can really add up. If it goes on a weekly thing, a big website can eat all your pages up in basically 2 weeks, and then you go away for a month for that to reset. And we'll do 100 here. We know there's only one. Start the audit, and it might come back, it might not, it might get stuck. If it does get stuck in interest, which it does, there you go. So they got an audit of 67. My personal score that I aim for on here, so this is different, is that I aim for 86%. But never over 96, between 92 and 96. So if you want a number to aim for, go for 86%. It's a nice number. It's not too high, it's not too low, and it seems to work with most of the sites that I work with. So meanwhile, we can see these keywords have came back. What is an example domain? It's in position 20. Let's got a little bit of visibility. So the visibility is 25% of the keywords that, you know, I put in here, which isn't too bad because I got 2 of them correct. That's not too bad without doing too much research. The site audit, I will go into more detail on another video because this is quite a big topic. The on-page SEO checker, this is very interesting. If it brings it up, and we'll continue there. About us example, probably not a good. What is an example domain? It's that one. It's got some really naff ones. So what you do here is you get the naff ones out first. So Facebook contact us, definitely not. What is an example? An example, probably not. We wouldn't. Almost. Some of these are crazy, and you're sometimes better putting your own keywords and your own pages in here. Domain example, there we go, there's a nice one. My page apple. But what we'll do anyway, we'll put the rest in. We've got a few decent ones at the top there. And we'll just see what comes back, so I can quickly show you what comes back. So that's now adding them. It takes a little while usually. And this great tool here, definitely worth a run on your first setting up, is your backlink audit. We will do, so when this comes up, it's going to ask the roots non-www, and what I do here basically is I look at the one that has the most domains, because that's probably the best one to work from. We will set that going there, so there we go, that's the backlink going, audit going. We could brand monitor, but probably not with this. Link building tool, not quite yet because we haven't got our keywords. PPC, yes, if we were doing advertising we would set that up. Social media tracking, again we would do that, but I don't think example.com's got social media. And that is basically your very basics. And yeah, there it is, going through the backlinks. There's the position, we've done that one. But on-page checkout, we'll have a look into that. Let's have a little look into that. It's to see the examples that it's brought back. So it's brought us back. You see, usually you can add all the pages you want in here with the basically your keyword. It's going to line them up with the most, what they think is the most important, what's got the most traffic. But you might also want to look at it on another view of looking at maybe the keywords that are not as difficult and doing them first and then doing the ones with the higher traffic. Why? Because it's easier to rank for the smaller keywords than it is for the bigger ones. It's got 6 ideas, so we'll have a quick look in. So, strategy, no keyword cannibalization. Yeah, it's in about us example. So if we had a page, obviously we'd want to say this was example page. Usually target it. It's going to come up with lots of different great suggestions that you can use. Backlinks, keywords to write around, and use the content length as well, which will be here somewhere. Make our text more readable. Well, yes, that should definitely be done on this page. Although it is an example, remember it is an example domain, but it's a brilliant one to just show you how SEMrush works. So it's still going with the other pages, and it does this for each page. That's not came back, but we'll go into this on another video with the backlink audit. The same with the site audit, we'll go into on another video. if we look at the domain, this is useful as well. The last thing we'll just check here. It has an authority score of 92. How many 92s there is in the world, I don't know, but there's not that many with such a high authority score. Wikipedia is probably around that mark as well. Amazon maybe, Google itself. Yeah, authority mainly say between probably 30 and 60. I think I've seen a couple of 70s as well. But 92 is really good domain authority. The organic traffic's died over time, which isn't that good, because that probably means that the websites, I've got lots of really bad links going to it, or it's not relevant to searches anymore. But being that it's an example domain, it probably doesn't need that. But if I was like, I was an SEO with this, I'd probably work on that. Well, I'd probably definitely work on that, should I say. Organic keywords has gone up, so there's plenty of keywords. Some paid keywords. Not sure if that's correct, but that must be someone doing example websites. And finally, the amount of domains logging in. This is a very quick shoot of the traffic. It says it's got 7 million visits. Wow, that's a lot of people. Unique visitors, 4.1 million. This is a month. And people visit nearly one page. It's funny. There is only one page, but never mind. People stay for about 4 minutes. And the bounce rate's 84%. Obviously that bounce rate there, that's not very good, I would have said if that was a real, but it's a little bit on the tad high side. You've also got the other keywords. Well, there's the keywords actually that we put in. They're starting to come in there now. Example.com. What's this? No. That's incorrect. This is the ones that SEMrush has for this. SEMrush kind of keeps tracks of a lot of websites and a lot of keywords, but not necessarily the keywords that you're looking for. It basically tracks what it thinks is important, and it seems to think that these are important, so it kind of tracks them for you. Backlinks, there's plenty there. Plenty of backlinks on here, but yeah, if I was doing this for real, I'd probably, we would definitely have to go through the backlink audit. Well, I hope this has helped you set up a project with SEMrush, and I hope to see you soon. What is SEMrush, and is it useful for my company? This is a very, very quick intro into SEMrush. So let's dig in and we'll log in. This is what we get from the beginning. So to explain SEMrush, it will track your competitors, how many keywords they've got, what traffic, how many domains it's pointing in, etc., etc. This is useful to know because the more organic traffic a site's got, the more sales it's got. But that's not always the case, but it's a very good measurement. And then you've got at the bottom, you've got your main websites where you put these in, and you've got the audit, you've got the organic traffic, you've got the on-page ideas, etc., etc. So is it useful? Is it good? So in this example, I'm going to pick on a cafe here. I've already brought it up. And we're going to put these in, and we're going to pretend that this is the competitor. This is the competitor here. Here's us. We'll type this in. Also duplicate that, because this is the site, so this site we want to do better than these. So can we use SEMrush for this? everything will be revealed very shortly. So, in the answer to the question on this case, and probably on the case of a lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of businesses. So the core, which we're pretending is our business for the moment, has a traffic of 34.6k. Brilliant, excellent, looks very good. They've done well over time as well, as we can see. Started with nothing and now they're quite far up there, 34.6k, amazing. Meanwhile, this is us as well, and we want to be where they are, because we've only got 4.6k, we haven't got enough tables filled in our restaurant. So SEMrush in this case would be very useful, because basically we'll say, well, these guys are selling they've got core restaurant in London, they've got 260 searches, let's catch them up. You know, do we have that over here? Probably not. The branded names there, but we want some keywords. So we would look at the keywords that the competitors got and we'd try and get to the same kind of level. Now this video is just a very quick intro, but I'll show you the organic research as well, because this has a bit of a better screening. So the traffic's worth, I'm in the UK, so I'll do UK, and the traffic's worth 22k if they were paying for it. That's a lot of advertising or a lot of leaflets. I think that would be a good way to put it. It would, you know, if you were doing leaflets, you know, it would cost you more than £1,000. So here you've got 22k, so that's a lot of leaflets done for you, coming to the site for nothing, basically for free. If you were paying for these keywords, this is what you would pay in Google AdWords. Meanwhile, on this site, these have probably got a bit as well, but let's have a look. I'll swap that to UK. So these guys got 88 keywords, not so good. Traffic 4.2k, not so good. And they've got $5.9k worth of traffic. But really, yeah, you want to get that up to the 10k mark. You know, so it was up like here. So you'd use a tool like SEMrush, which is brilliant for helping you to get to that kind of traffic. And also, you know, general SEO. We've got keyword overview, which is great if you want to rank for a certain keyword, you want the stats on that keyword, you want to know how difficult it is to rank, etc. We've got keyword magic tool that will bring in topics, and that's brilliant as well. We've got keyword manager. We've got position tracking, so if we wanted to see how many keywords we were gaining, this is really good for that. And you've got organic traffic insights. Before you start, and if you're a new company, you'd probably want to do a backlink audit, just to make sure that you haven't got loads of nasty links pointing into your site that can hurt your site. SEMrush, the audit tool is brilliant for that. They've also got the link building tool, which is where we compare the links from, say, this site to this site, and yeah, could we get them links, and it really helps to, you know, build them up. You've got the site audit. This is also worth starting at the beginning, but remember, site audit's not a report as such. It's not an SEO report. It's more the technicalities of the website. Should I say technical SEO of the website rather than the actual strategy? But this, yeah, it's going to find the odd problem that you've got, and yeah, it takes quite a while to go through. It goes through all the pages on your website, and it goes through lots and lots of different checks and gives you a great report at the end, which is a site audit report. We've got SEO content template. We've got on-page analyzer, we've got log file analyzer, got local SEO, which is probably more important actually for this company because people probably going to type in local restaurant London, and you want to track local keywords, and guess what, it does that here, you know. You've got the advertising where you can look at your advertisers, not your competitors advertising, what they're spending, what their adverts look like, etc., etc. Social media is basically going to track your social media accounts. Content marketing, content will go in anyway. I think it'll be easier. You got your topic research, which is brilliant if you want to take a keyword and put it into lots of different topics. So I don't know, something like restaurants. You could think restaurant with beef, restaurant with chicken, etc. That sells chicken. Restaurant that sells free of fat. Restaurant, you know, etc. You know, it's going to bring them all them different type of keywords up while you look at the main one, probably restaurant London. It's going to suggest a lot of other ones. SEO content templates, brilliant if you are basically looking to make your content better. It tracks it back off the 20 best websites that are already ranking for that keyword. Definitely works. I've used this quite a bit. You've got the SEO writing assistant, brand monitoring. You've got your competitive research agency solutions. This is where you put your projects, which you didn't see, but I can show you that on another video. The lead generation tools. This is something quite useful as well for people who have a digital marketing agency or an SEO agency. And that is everything with SEMrush. Do I think it's useful? Yes, I think it's very useful. Does it work? Yes, it does. They've got a lot of big clients that use this, but the other thing that they've got is they've got a lot of data. That's probably their biggest selling point. They've got a lot of data about the keywords that basically Google doesn't give you knowledge into. These guys have that knowledge. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around soon. So now we've got both websites. We've got example.com and we've got example.eu, and there's very little traffic, if no traffic, which is brilliant. So this makes a really good example. I'll swap them around because it's easier to work this way. So example.com, as we know, they've got loads and loads of traffic. They've got like loads of backlinks. They've got a little bit of paid traffic, which is strange. I didn't know that. And basically the one on the other side, so example.edu, has an authority of, but look, it's got 9.4 backlinks, it's got authority for it, it's got nothing going on, no traffic whatsoever. So to analyze, let's first of all, let's look at our top keywords, because this is going to be quite interesting. They've also got a nice value of traffic there. So example.com, we probably wouldn't go for that, but we could go for that. Example HTTP sites, probably yes. With it not having the certificate, that's interesting. So we know that basically, so if we then, let's say we wanted this traffic, let's go with the example HTTP site, because that fits very, very nicely. And we will make this, because EDU, we will do United States. There we go, that's a bit better. So it's got a difficulty of 61. What I always say is if the difficulty's under 61, it's brilliant. You know, if it was more, say 30, 30's a nice range, 30 to about 38. Once you're getting past 38, then yeah, it starts getting a lot more difficult. So now, because we know they've got that site, it'd be easy enough to take this keyword here onto the EDU and let's give it a menu, and we want to rank for this keyword, we know they are. Let's do something different to them. Let's put it in the menu, example of a HTTP site, which guess what, this works because this site is HTTP, it's not HTTPS. Same again, let's go for another keyword. If we go back to the domain, here we go. And it has forgotten the domain, so let's put that back in again. And we'll do one more keyword. So let's go to the top, organic keywords. Because the more keywords that we have that are like this domain, the more traffic we steal, the more traffic we poach from them. So we did the HTTP example, which was a great one, and they rank for this somewhere. We could do com domain. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's do a com domain. This one's a little bit more difficult. It's got 90 search. But look, there's some magic happening here. Remember when it says the littler that is, the better? And that's now 29%. But we're in the wrong country. Oh, there we go. Lovely. So if we wanted now com domain, which is supposed to be com, I believe, is that we then would go back to edu and we create a page com domain. And because it's underneath that 30, that's a very easy keyword to get. Guess what? Now you've got them on this the example one, the edu. Now you're starting to steal some of their traffic, and your site's becoming a little bit more powerful. It's starting to get a little bit more authority as well because you've got them keywords there. And when Google comes back now, it's going to go, oh well, we've got this keyword, we've got that keyword. Maybe these are better. Maybe these are more. These got more relative. The stuff that they've got is more relative to search. The other thing that we can do is if we go back again, we'll get example along with this, and this is quite important as well. So we'll go example.com and we'll go back to domain overview. It's going a little bit more slowly than me, but not to worry. So we've looked at how we can steal some of this with some of them keywords. Brilliant. Paid, yeah, necessarily if you've got a shop or you have a service. We're going to have a quick look in here, see if we can steal some of this. If it has examples. And these are really weird. These are really, really weird. And I don't know why people would be pointing to here for the best way to get nice, but maybe it's if they were advertising this was a example domain and you want to rank for that on yours, and that would make sense. I definitely wouldn't go down these lines. Unless, of course, you were trying to get rid of mice, in which case we'd be copying these adverts and looking how much traffic they're getting, how much it's costing, and we'd probably be doing them as well. But that's very strange, that data. We'll go back again, and there's another thing we can do. So we've took some of their organic traffic, we took some of the paid traffic now, but there's a little bit source missing here. We've got that. We've got, we've got two things now. It's, of course, the backlinks. And backlinks are gold on the internet. So we'd want to go through and we'd want to basically find some good domains. Now, of course, we can take these off and we can then look at these and see what these kinds of, and what we'd do is we'd look for the, not for the sites with the biggest domain authority. I think that's a mistake a lot of people can make, is they'll go, oh, this has got a high authority, this has got a PA or a DA of this. I wouldn't do it that way. I would do it the way where you look at how much traffic a website's gotten instead. So Forex, yeah, it's a bit of a weird niche, I think. But what we'll do, so it's taken to pocket option, not a problem. Let's duplicate that again. Let's see how much traffic they've got. Let's see if this would be an example of a link that we maybe try to get. And we'll take it up to the domain. And remember, we're not going for the authority. This is just a pointer. So yeah, technically, if we were doing binary options here, if we're doing Forex, and yes, this link looks pretty healthy to me. What I'm looking for is the organic search, and I'm also looking to see that the traffic stayed up all the time. We always want that traffic to be going up when we're getting these links, because we then know that Google's looked at the site and yeah, they're giving them traffic and it's not slowly declining, because then that would probably, whatever the badness that's given that site's going to then give us that badness. So then this may be one. We'll do another link. We'll go through here. Well, actually, let's just go to domains. Let's just sort them out a bit. Let's go into domains instead. This is easy. This is probably a better way. And I quite like the look of that, because that's a nice EDU link. But I don't know, I could be wrong. And that one's not loading. Is that? Oh, so it's a lovely link. Very nice link. So this university's gave an example to example.com, but do you know what? I'm the EDU and I want some of that traffic, so let's have a look. Let's see if it's a good site. So brilliant authority. Traffic's dipping a little bit there, but yeah, they've still got traffic. So if I was doing this domain instead, I'd probably say, hi university guys, you've linked to these guys, can you link to me? And there you go, you've got like everything then. Last things to go into the example, so when we're doing this, go to domain overview. And if we go down so we know all this, this is what to look out for as well. Is that basically we've got the EDU and we're trying to get lots of traffic. We want to have probably the same keywords, or a lot of them keywords that they've got, we want. And as we start doing that as well, what will happen is that you'll start ranking for them keywords. So guess what, you've started stealing. But this map here, if you put your competitors all in, it's going to tell you how well them competitors and how well you're doing with that task. So that's another thing to watch out for, because this is going to help you on your way. Thanks very much. Hope video is useful and we'll see you soon. So, well, let's just go with Cadbury's cream egg. It's a little bit difficult, but I'll show you a little trick doing this. So luckily SEMrush has something brilliant to help you with this. It is in the content marketing. and it's an SEO content template. So here's Cadbury's cream eggs, here's a template. I've done this already. It sometimes takes 2 minutes, sometimes really quickly it brings these, but you just gotta be patient with it. But I've already done one, and let's go to the template. So the template's telling us that we need these kind of keywords in there, some backlinks once we finished, and this many words in the total length. It's also going to ask for the title. You obviously want that in the title, so we'll copy that because I'm going to use that in a second anyway. Meta description, H1, we don't want to use it more than one time, and also the text bar, got to include that. So let's get started. So we'll jump into here, and here's one I prepared earlier. And you can see at the minute it's at 7.5. I've got Cadbury's cream eggs. I've got what I'm selling. We sell milk chocolate Cadbury cream eggs. And if I go backwards on this, so if I delete that, you're going to see the score goes down. So as you get better, basically your score gets better on here as well. There we go. That should be a capital C. That's better. So 7.5. So the number that you're looking for with the content is that you want the content to be at around about 1,000 words. That's a lot of words for a Cadbury's cream egg. And it's currently at 348. So we're not really even halfway there yet. But still the score's quite decent. So the score that you're looking for is a 7.6. That's the score you want to get it to. But this template in interest as well, you can download this and send this to your content writer, which is brilliant. Or you can do it yourself, or you can send the content writer, then you check it here. And basically what I did as well here is it sends too many links, but yeah, we can take them out. But I also added some other keywords. So remember at the beginning I was saying, yeah, this is a really hard keyword to rank for. But what we can do is we can use SEMrush to bring up other keywords, which I'll show you here very quickly. So if I was looking for a vegetarian one, and these eggs are vegetarian, we'd want to add that on the page because that's an extra search, a vegetarian cream egg. Am I looking for gluten-free? And if I was, brilliant, because our Cadbury's, you know, so basically I added that in there. But I think what we'll do one more example here, and we'll say our Cadbury's cream eggs. Then look, now you're kind of ranking for all them for as well. You're looking for them keywords as well. So you're not just doing Cadbury's cream eggs. You're going right around the actual Cadbury's cream eggs. And that's still 7 point because we need a lot of content. And basically you would fill these out. You'd work this one out. Take that C out there, so our Cadbury's gluten-free, and you'd fill that out. Now that means that you're not just going for 880 searches, actually you've got another 30 long tail here. And you know, actually if someone was like looking for gluten-free Cadbury's eggs and you sold them, hey, brilliant, you've got a sale basically, because you're right, the user intention's like great there. It's the same with the calories. If you're looking for a chocolate Easter egg, so you maybe just want to put chocolate Easter egg in here. We've got, yeah, I think we prefer it at the top, Easter there. then yeah, you can put that in there, and then Google's going to find you for that as well. It's just working around you, basically what you've got, and creating a template and putting it up on your site. When you do this content here, make sure it's unique to you. And when you're doing the templates here, there's a good bit of advice here, is that if you see something in here that you don't think should be there, don't put it in. If it's not applicable, don't put it in. Because sometimes SEMrush picks up stuff that you probably wouldn't want to put in anyway. But everything that you think that should be in, do put it in. So there you go. A template and keywords using SEMrush, and then putting it into the content generator. Getting started making reports with SEMrush. So first, what you want to do before you make your report, because we're going to use templates today, so you want to go down, and here it is, create project, add your project in, and I'll show you. So I've done example for video, which is example.com, and I've added everything, like I've started just about everything here. Link building, that would be better, but we can't get hold of that anyway. But basically just go through these and set them all up for your website, and then you can create a report on the fly, and this is really easy. So if I go to my reports, so here we go. Let's do monthly SEO. So it's going to show traffic, keywords, backlinks, and a site audit. Brilliant. So the domain here is example.com. Going to use the US database project, example for video, which is example.com, and SEMrush traffic analytics. And let's create it and let's have a look. So give it a few moments. And here you go. This is, click of a few buttons and you've got a brilliant report to send to your clients, or just a one-off one to get you started. So this is interesting at the top. You can't take this out if you don't have the top version of SEMrush. I think they've also got a package where you can take it off as well, and if you take it out, basically it'll put it back in. So unless you got the really expensive package, yeah, you're gonna have to leave it in, but not to worry, everything else works. So monthly SEO, example.com, as you can see, here's the traffic from example.com, 5.6 million visits, the analytics, and down here traffic's by country, which is really good because it's an international site. Their top ranking keywords, domain example, which is what it is. So website example, example of a website. So you've got your lost, so it shows you lost, your backlinks, and a very basic site audit. But again, you can take that apart and you can redo that. So there you go, really quickly, how to do a very basic report. Now there is templates which I'll show you here for each of them. So let's do a full report site audit next, and we will choose example again, and we'll create that report. So again, you've got that SEMrush, which it follows you. So your site audit full report, and it's got this. It hasn't got much done. There we go. It's loading up now. So now it's got the main errors. Brilliant. Click of a button. you can send this out to your clients, and brilliant. The good thing about this as well, it actually tells you about the issue as well, so it educates your clients, which is really good. It also educates you if you're new to SEO, which is brilliant. So again, click of a button literally. We've got backlinks, so I think we'll do this one as a final one here. So again, example.com. Should we do competitor? Yeah, wait there then. Let's find it. And we'll do example.com. There we go. So we will use it's example.net. If I remember, they don't have many links, but let's just put them in this project again. I've got the example. It's really important that you set this stuff up before you come into doing this report, because it makes life so easy for you. And let's then create the report. And there we go, backlinks, full report, monthly report, total links, link type, and yeah, this is where it gets more important. 0% toxic, 4% potentially. So 96 is still, it's a really nice number, you know. I would, yeah, if we go another day at looking at the backlink audit. But that's probably the number you want to give your clients there anyway. If you're going to do a backlink audit for them, you can send them this out and say, look, you've got 96% bad links, we need to clean them up. And so that the client gets an idea of how big the job is, you send this out and it gives them how many links there are. Because a lot of people don't realise, or a lot of clients don't realise, is that if there's 315 toxic links, we've got to go through 315 toxic links because the SEMrush might flag some that are wrong. Same with potentially toxic. Got to go through them. They might be wrong, but yeah, they might not. And it's got backlinks, top index pages, competitors. And then actually one last thing with these. So this time we'll go right through this. So you go to generate PDF report. You can email it or you can generate it. And when I'm doing this, I tend to just generate them. But the email does work. Here's where it's telling you that the agency growth kit. So that's what they call it. It's $100 a month. So export without this feature. It's because I tried to change the logo before. And something went wrong. Click it again. Generate. Export without. Really? Let's do this another way then. And there you go, third time lucky. Bring it out now. Don't know why I didn't go third time lucky. And we can go into this and you can see, here's the backlink report. You probably want to change the title up there to the name of the company you're doing the report for. And it's got all that information and basically it's ready for your client. So there you go, that's really basic reporting for SEMrush. maybe next we can go into looking, or later we'll do a much more detailed one where you can put the stuff in that you really want to put in. But that takes a lot more time, and these are really easy for getting started. Hope the video was helpful. Speak or talk to you soon. There we go. So we've got this keyword and we want to quickly, we want to see if we can rank for this. So using SEMrush, we've got a brilliant keyword and it's really easy to get to. You log in and you'll get to this main screen, and all you have to do is simply put your search term in the top there. So this is how we make queries. And it will give you the volume per month, keyword difficulty, and keywords related questions, and also the variations. In interest, if you were doing caramel biscuit, it would be quite easy because it's 27%. Now let's continue with that, and let's say caramel biscuit company. There we go. These are the most famous if you are from the UK. So Turnix, so brilliant. So we've already got one of their keywords, but what about their domain? So this is just as easy. It's not difficult whatsoever. We take this from here, and again from the top menu again, just take that out there, paste it in, and instead, if you're going for the keyword, if it was a keyword, you'd go there, but this time we want to look at the domain. So you click on there. And there we have the domain overview. So that's really, really simple to do. Also what we can do with SEMrush, so let's say, Turnix, you became my competitor, I want to watch you, and I want to see weekly stats with SEMrush. So again, SEMrush has got a brilliant tool here. If we go to the front here again, and this little competitors thing here, so I think you can have 20, up to 20 in here, whatever country you want. So let's add Turnix in there, paste that. Again, you've got your country, make sure you select the right country. I am UK, so I'm going to look for United Kingdom here. I'm going to add that domain in there. And there it is at the bottom. Turnix at the bottom there, and again it's giving you the traffic, it's giving you their keywords, their domains, authority score, and everything you really need to know. Brilliant if you just want to watch things. Now then, what happens if I go back to Turnix now and I say, well, they were a competitor before, but actually, you know what? Turnix, yeah, they want a bit of SEO. So what would we do? Well, we got to add a project so we can get reports off here. And we've done this, but we'll do. So we got to the project. In interest, actually, I'll just go back here a second. Something I didn't mention here. You can actually download this here as well, this report here, if you just go to export. Very useful for reporting. If you just want to look at it and you want to keep it, send it to a client maybe, this is what we can see. Look, there's the export to PDF, brilliant. It's exactly the same with the keyword overview as well. It doesn't have any search because I haven't put the keyword in. There's a caramel biscuit, but I've got them in. But there you can see again, you can export that to PDF. That's priceless because you can show people where they are, what keywords they've got. or even what keywords you're going to go for. Now then, so we've got Turnix, and let's go back to where we were going. But let's say you want more than that. So you've got the basic reports, you just put them in, you put them in the competitors, but you know what, the report's missing something here. It's missing something quite big, and we'll put it into here, we'll create a project, we'll paste it in there. Caramel, we'll call it Caramel. We'll create the project, and this is where this becomes even more useful. So it kind of tracks over back on the last report there that you can see keywords, etc. But now let's actually go back there. Let's say I had a keyword like dark chocolate biscuit. And you know what, I think that's ranking every week. Dark chocolate biscuit. Actually, we'll change that a little bit. We'll keep it in tune. Caramel. And we know that these are milk chocolate, by the way. So there we go. Oh, look, there you go. They do dark, but we didn't see it up there. But look, yeah. So what you do, we wanna watch that keyword every week. We'll just put that as United Kingdom. We don't need that unless we're tracking them, and we'll put it in there. Dark caramel chocolate biscuit. Oh yeah, guide to the project, don't forget. And start tracking. And now what happens is, even though we can't see the keyword because SEMrush doesn't think it's that important, so it doesn't really track that keyword, but we think it is important, we can put it in here and it's going to go and find the ranking for that. You can do that with any keyword you want. I would say maximum to have maybe 100 keywords per project. And you always want maybe 20-30 keywords that SEMrush won't find, but you think they're quite important. Or even more important, the client thinks they're important. And then, of course, you can go into this and you can download the report. There we go, so 26.1, there's the visibility. Let's bring this in a little bit. And there it is. So it's number 3, which I didn't know they did dark caramel, but I'll do it now. And you can export this data from here. There you go. Either as Excel, CSV, or you can print in PDF. So that was really quick. That's adding a project, really easy. And getting to the data is really easy as well. So I'll just show you this again. If we go back to the dashboard. And we just wait for that to load up. This did move for a little bit, but they've moved it back here, so it's brilliant. I do love this here from SEMrush. If we go, there it is, caramel. So to get back into your project as well, there it is. Just click on it. There you go. And it'll show you the position tracking and anything else that you've set up on here. So literally everything's on this dashboard that you could possibly want. Content reach with SEMrush. So to get the most out of your SEMrush and also your content, first of all, we've got to decide the keywords. So for this example, we have a Christmas shop, and because we have a Christmas shop, we sell wrapping paper. Now, which one would we want to rank for? Which one do you think would probably get better? So the Christmas shop's going to probably bring a lot of people in, but I'm going to go with wrapping paper because wrapping paper is a very big thing, and yeah, it goes really well with Christmas shop. So to start, let's actually get the keyword. Let's check the keyword's got some benefit. This is number 1.1. So the intent is commercial. We do know that because it is a Christmas shop. We will do, let's have a look. We'll do USA for a change. So the keyword difficulty is really hard, really impossible, which we'd imagined. Maybe it's Christmas wrapping paper. So well, it's a little bit less difficult. Christmas wrapping rolls, maybe 52. It's going down there. And but yeah, not as many ads. So let's go back to Christmas wrapping paper. We could do that, and we could go with the rolls if we were selling the rolls, or you could do just the paper like we have at the moment. So anyway, let's go with Christmas wrapping paper. So if we're going to do wrapping paper, we're also going to need a bit of content here, you know, to maximize basically this page that we haven't got, that we're creating for the Christmas shop we've got. So next, something really important is to go over to the content marketing and go into the SEO content template. And if we paste that in there, Christmas wrapping paper, United States, create the template. This is definitely a second point because you want the correct keywords in there. And we'll just let that load up for a second. We will go back here, so we've got wrapping paper. What else could we do? So what we could do while we're waiting for that is we've got wrapping paper, and let's pick on these guys because there's another point here, and let's just take this out. Gift wrap. Let's do wrapping paper. There we go. And then what we can do is we can copy this, take this over to SEMrush, paste that in there. And it might have some backlinks, it might not. And rather than root them in, let's do exact URL. And there you go. So this is point 3, which is to maximize. We want to look in here and see whether they've got any links that would go with our wrapping paper. We're creating a page. The content template is still going there. We will reload that. It's taking forever, not to worry. So best apps, app stores, and none of these are really what we'd be looking for. If we go, so there's nothing really. Wholesale distribute, maybe it's with wrapping paper, that kind of. Let's go to the website, but it's not a good site, it's just a rubbish site. But if you're doing Christmas wrapping paper, and yeah, we see anything related to Christmas shop, any of them links, add them in. That's your third, because that's going to help your content to go a lot further. And we'll go back here, and this content template is still loading. Welcome. So let's do point 4 while we're waiting for this. And point 4 for this is add some questions in to your wrapping paper. Is Christmas wrapping paper recyclable? You know, you can add this into your template with your Christmas wrapping paper, maybe an FAQ section. Again, it's helping the content do better, and also it's helping users with user intent, because we're not always sure what people want or what they're looking for with wrapping paper. If we add recycled paper, brilliant, because that kind of fits in with these questions as well. And the next thing, if this is still not done, absolutely amazing SEMrush, I definitely want to get some more speed on this side, is Yep, let's go back down here. So, not to worry, let's go to the next point. And the next one, this is a very interesting one. So you want the content to do really well and you want to maximize the reach. So you could also do paid ads. Again, you're doing wrapping paper and you want that page to do really well. And if we know that converts anyway, we probably want to run ads with that as well. And again, it's going to help the reach. And as you can see, we've got loads of different people. But ESTY, eBay, and we can also have a look at the ads, which is it's another great way of increasing your reach. And here is our template. It's a little bit late, but it is here now. We will look at these and you can see all the different, and you can actually click on these and you can go and have a look at the ads and how they're in and how much it's costing. Brilliant to increase the reach. That isn't SEO, but that's paid. But hey, we're looking to make the most use out of SEMrush. So the content template is saying, oh, there we go. Yeah, we got definitely in the right place because Hallmark, Christmas, Christmas wrapping paper supplies. You know, so these are in the front. So another thing, you know, another point here we go to increase your reach. Actually have a look at what competitors are doing. Because you've got the search results here, might as well go and have a look and see, you know, is the keywords we can build around, you know, Christmas wrapping paper, gift bags. But try to concentrate on one topic at a time. And we're just looking to see if they've got anything different. Lots of content there on the front there. Which is probably telling us we need quite a big template. If we go into the second one, again, make sure you've got nice pictures if you're doing wrapping paper. Pictures sell. So that's probably, you see, SEMrush wouldn't have told us that, but by looking at the competitors and it is showing us that we also need pictures for wrapping paper. It's going to help you reach a lot. Then, getting near to the final point, is backlinks. Is there any of these that make sense for us? Could we use any of these? I would probably say no. And I'd probably use the backlink builder with SEMrush instead for that. It's looking for 1,568 words. Plenty of room for them, FAQs and other questions. You know, there's a lot of places, you know, you've got your ads as well. And finally, to get the best reach, so you've got your content here, you put it in here. Make sure that you give it a KPI. So my probable KPI here would be the amount of people buying the wrapping paper. And if people were buying the wrapping paper and I was doing SEO for someone, you know, there's a goal there, and basically you're also there. Therefore, you've got that point going. You can show ROI to your actual client or customer. So, brilliant video. Talk to you soon. Performing a successful site audit with SEMrush. So, getting a great site audit's brilliant. It's going to help a website, especially the larger websites, because you need to know if H1's missing, if your sitemap's not missing, etc, etc. So let's use example.com with SEMrush for the audit. I've shown you this before, but I'm going to show you a specific just for the site audit. So click into this, you will add a new project, and we'll use an example, and we'll call it example. Create project. Right, now this is like the interesting part, and you've got to be careful because it can eat your SEMrush credits up quite a bit. So perform it successfully. If you don't need it to go through 100,000 pages every week, you don't really want to click on 100,000 because it means you can't have other projects. And SEMrush is quite expensive. So what I tend to do is go on to 10,000 because that usually gives us a pretty good idea of what's going on. Or what I'll do is I'll do the big ones, 200,000 or 20,000, sorry, or 100,000, and then I'll limit it back down to 10,000 because 10,000 is like it's a nice easy number to work with. So that'll help you save some of your credit in SEMrush as well. So click at the 5,000. There's about 20 pages on this website, I believe. You've got the crawl source, and we will use the website because that's great. You've got your settings, which I always leave this. And interesting, sometimes you do get servers that don't like the SEMrush audit, and you've got to tell it basically one URL per 2 seconds. That'll kind of you'll get an error log if it doesn't work. You can add, if you want to disallow stuff or that you just don't want them to pick up on, you can put it in there. It can remove parameters, i.e. let's say you don't want all the search parameters, which are no indexed anyway, but you don't want SEMrush to really touch the search parameters anyway. Bypass any restrictions in your schedule, but let's go back here and we will start the audit. So being successful is about knowing basically what's going to be ahead of that. So what we might do just before SEMrush, so we'll check for robots.txt. And there is no robots.txt. So that's going to come up as an audit, as a bad one, but never mind. Let's do another one, and let's do sitemap.xml. Again, yeah, so we know it's a total example, but that would flag errors. This is how you can basically check out the audit that SEMrush is correct, is by checking these things yourself before you get to the actual audit. It's very useful. So we will go to example. Here we go. And it's going to bring the audit up. It will also email you once you've done the audit, so that's a useful feature as well. And you can stop it basically going. So here's the issues anyway. We'll go through them. So 4xx pages, not a really good user experience, so we want to get rid of them. Duplicate title tags, yeah, we really don't want duplicates because then you're giving Google and saying to Google, well, which one's better, this one or that one? You know, so again, it's problems that you can repair. We go to warnings. We got duplicate H1 and title tags, that's not good. Don't have meta descriptions. You definitely want meta descriptions because that helps people in the actual search ranking the results or the SERPs. And low word count, yeah, that could be a bad thing. But as you can see, this is your audit. You've got this one, that one, and this one. And what's useful here actually, if I go overview again, is let's say you're working with the client. Now, what do you do next once you've got this? And you say to the clients, well, let's say an example. Let's say that robots.txt wasn't found. And yeah, you've got to kind of show some kind of progress. because otherwise the client will be like, well, what are you doing? Can you fix it? And so you basically get a score here. And as you fix these errors, this score goes up. My score, my personal score I go for is 86%, but you can go less, more. 86, good score to go for. And basically what you can do with clients, basically you can say, well, yeah, I've already done this, and it's going to actually compare the crawls, which is brilliant. There we go. So you can say, well, this month, next month, there was this many errors, now there's this many errors. We're getting there, we're fixing your site, etc., etc. Now, another interesting thing, because if you're working with this long term, is, for example, the sitemap. I think we mentioned that before. If you've got the sitemap in here, or robots.txt, one of them, so that's here. Let's say you have sitemap under colon XML, so it's still a sitemap, still works with Google, but SEMrush will still pick that up and really doesn't really affect you because you've already got that there. But what you can do is you can actually tick this off here and it will hide it. This is for robots.txt, so that's quite an important file to have there. But you can just hide it. You can go back here. If you then rerun it, which we can because there's not too many pages, the score will then go up. It's a very useful feature, very, very good feature, especially if you're working with clients long term. So we went down 2%. So now now it's starting to dig. Another thing with this, yeah, basically just start with fewer pages, then move to more pages. It'll save you budget for SEMrush. If you've got problems with it, what happens as well is you'll get an error log. If you're still running into problems with this, actually take the error log, give it to SEMrush, and they're great people for fixing when you've got errors or there's problems. They're great at investigating. I've had that maybe 5-6 times the last maybe 5 years. So yeah, give it a try. But that's a successful site audit. It's brilliant. It's going to help your website. It's not all of your SEO, but you should definitely start here.